little quick story time, y'all. Just got back over south. So I got suspended from this school in the 7th and 8th grade. We're gonna do a quick story time for that at some point in time. But here's the thing. This was Ann Sullivan Communication Center. Now, as you can see, it kind of looks damn near it looks like South High. It looked like a prison too. I don't know if my teachers, I don't think any teachers are still there. But this is Ann Sullivan Communication School. I went to Seward, which is down the block. We're gonna go to that. We might as well just go to that too. That's off to the right. But I went there from K through 1st and 2nd grade. You know what I'm saying? And I went to this school from 3rd grade to 8th grade. Like they got some plants down there. My brother used to work up here for a little while. You know, he worked up here for a couple of years or whatever. But notable area, man, the Seward neighborhood. They building some construction over here on the left. I'll cover that next time I'm over here. Over here, you got the construction, Hiawatha Metal Craft. They do like iron and stuff. That's off to your far right. You can't see it all the way. This was a very, very important neighborhood and frankly an area for where we grew up at. You know what I'm saying? Like, we spent this part is the part of the south side. It's kind of the end of the south side. Another couple blocks to another 7 blocks to the right, you're gonna be in St. Paul. This was always kind of a middle class kind of area. You know what I'm saying? Off to the left, you got this place called the Cafe Kitchen. You know what I'm saying? That I don't really recall going over there like that. Right here, we on 25th and 29th. This is Matthews Park. I've been seeing that blue Buick Roadmaster parked out there for over 25 years. Somebody had a 93 Buick Roadmaster. This is Matthews Park. We played a lot of ball right up here. Off to the left, you can't see it. Used to be the Seward Neighborhood Barbershop. It's owned now. It looks like somebody got some kind of arts and crafts thing going on. Right up here, this used to, off to the left in this area, it used to be like a what do they call it? Off to the left, it used to be some kind of like an alternative school. So if you got kicked out of other schools and you was in the gang stuff or whatnot, you got you went there. Then off to the left on the corner, that was Skoll's Liquor. That was burned down. Skoll's Liquor was burned down. You see, as you can see, Matthews Park is pretty good, pretty big. Police parked out on that side. This park has went downhill over the years. You know, but I think maybe they try to clean it up again one time. They playing tennis right there. It looked like it's a bunch of white folks out there. You know, I didn't really see that as much, coming up. I didn't. So what we gonna do? I'm just gonna keep on going down. We're gonna end up on Franklin. I was supposed to do a journal today, y'all, where I was gonna be talking about different things, but I didn't get a chance to really step away. So I took some of my own advice. I went ahead and applied for that application support job at the place that I work, because I figured that I might as well just go ahead and just consider it. Take the interview. Right off here was a laundromat. You can't really see it too well, but this used to be Crown Video. Crown Video was the epitome of living in the Seward neighborhood. You went to get your video games and all of that right here. Now, right here on the corner, this was never around when I was a child. These are relatively large buildings or new buildings. That was never around. This right here was always a one-way. 2 blocks down to your right, you got Perkins. Now it's the dope fiends and stuff. Come on, bro. Go ahead. This nigga want to take all his time. This is Zips Liquor. I used to go in there from time to time. This is Wells Fargo. This is where all the Somalians is at. There was a cop that was speaking on the GOP conference right here. He's from the east side. He has a lot of power with the police union. His name is Kroll. He used to do security out of this Wells Fargo. I talked to him one time. He's one of them real old school. Heavy right wingers. Heavy. He speaks his mind. He don't throw no punches. He's Blue Lives Matter all the way. I know who he is. You know, so I used to see him do security over there. He's head of the police union. He used to work in that Wells Fargo, doing like security work. Right off here to your left, this little sewer in Halo Meat, some Somalians killed 2 of their people right off here in that sewer neighborhood, in that Halo Meat spot. This is a pottery spot off to the right. Somebody driving crazy. This Franklin, so they gonna drive like they ain't got no damn sense. This used to be a Dairy Queen right here. The guy Rose ain't on nothing. Letting you know. This side of Franklin is mainly apartments. Franklin Housing Cooperative. So, you know, people down here, it's mainly an immigrant community. You know what I'm saying? It's always been like that. The Cedars 94 has always been like that. This Pizza Luke Shake's been around here for a while. Ain't really been too many changes in this neighborhood in that regard. Number 2 bus probably this holiday's off the chain. Somebody gonna be asking you for money and stuff. You might have to choke somebody out on this holiday. This is where ICE was doing a bunch of their raids. Remember that one time where I told y'all that, you know, I had fell because it was too much, you know, it was basically too much going on, and I kind of fell. I fell because it was a snow. You know, I was going to this train station right up here. I was going to the train station, and there was a bunch of snow. There was a whole bunch of snow. Now this neighborhood right here, this fentanyl heaven here. This were all it was never like this when I was a kid. Never. Taco Bell done closed down. This used to be an employment place right here, off to the right. This used to be an employment place off to the right. They ain't doing nothing. You can see a bunch of trash there. I'm supposed to be over here visiting family and stuff, but I'm just gonna turn around real quick, just so y'all could see what my story times were like in me coming up. I didn't really do a lot of hustling specifically in this area. Mine was farther south, but when you get back down to these projects, I did a lot of hustling up out of here. And you can see the project. You see the Riverside projects. Now remember, I was going through Google that one time with y'all. They said the ramp's closed, the lane's closed. Okay, well, let's see how far I could go. I ain't been on this 94. I mean, you see 94 is messed up. I ain't even gonna bother when I go back home going on that 94. But that's actually a quick way for me to kind of get back. This is under the bridge. You see, they put the little things up so people couldn't, you know, the homeless can't be here no more. They put the bars up. They'd have to crawl over them joints now. You see a Somali sister, she's just kind of walking and stuff like that. You know. I might pull into my building, y'all. I might just pull in my old building. They put rocks and stuff everywhere. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and bust a left. Let him merge. 6th Street. This is legendary. This is 6th Street. Right on the corner here, you had the Mediterranean Deli. You know what I'm saying? You had the Mediterranean Deli. So we just gonna slide through the projects. This is where I told y'all they had the war at. I'm not too far when that native killed all them people. So let me see if I can get up in here so y'all can see my building. This is the building I stayed at, y'all. This is the D lot. Let me see if they're gonna let me turn around. I used to park my car right out here, and he is gonna block the way. Yeah, you can't do that. That's what they do though. They be trying to block the way. Come on, man. You can't. This what they be doing. They don't want to. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on. You can't just sit here, baby. You gotta let me go through. These folks crazy. You see the Somalians got it on lock. That's their building right there. They run all of that kind of stuff right here. Now, this is the official D building, right where the D building was. And of course they gonna sit. Okay. Yeah, so he gets gone. Yeah, I guess they waiting. Yeah, so I'm gonna come around here again. I should go in the back of Bryan Coyle Center. But yeah, this is the Somali Caprini Green. And remember I told y'all we used to run them off the block playing at the basketball, man. They got choppers and ARs and everything now. You ain't really doing too much of that no more. But that was in the 90s. And it was quite a few of them over there, but now I mean it's, you know, this is their neighborhood. You know, they're everywhere. You know, most of the Somali community stays over here, and they're kind of spread. What's up, brother? How you doing? He got his headphones on. I wonder if I could slide through here like this. You gotta be careful when you're driving around these folks. These folks be driving crazy. You gotta be real careful. Let me go ahead and get up out of here. You have to be careful. You got to. This is the block right here. There used to be a liquor store. It ain't over here right now. They got like a little but it was a Somali elder that was trying to get me to get him some Hennessy. He didn't want nobody to know he was doing this. Is Cedar Riverside Liquor still here? Yup, they still here. Now they got a thing, they cornered it. They got a thing called Soma Grill and Deli Somali Cuisine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go down. Dur Baker and Grocery. They're practicing group economics over here, y'all. That I can't say they not. They practicing group economics. The U.S. probably stormed their country, put some military bases in some tactical areas, and probably said, all right, we're gonna give you the benefits and the money and put y'all in, you know, because remember I told y'all this was a native was breaking it down to me. He was telling me this was supposed to be Minneapolis Caprini Green. This was supposed to be the descendants of the slaves, and it would have been just the descendants and natives, and then, you know, maybe a few other cultures, poor whites or whatever here and there. But this would have been primarily natives. Now I gotta see. You see how they done cut it before? You were able to just kind of bust a left. Can you still do it? I think you can. Yeah, it's still going off of Franklin. Yeah, we just gonna bust that left back on Franklin. Oh, come on, man. Go ahead and let me through. He took too long to turn. All right. Hopefully I don't get dinged. No police. Defund the police, they say. Yeah, you ain't gonna see no police over here like that. Ain't no police over south. I don't see them. Not much. Defund the police. Yeah, ain't really no police. So they shouldn't be messing with me about no ticket or nothing. Yeah, so yeah, man, that's my little mini Cedar Riverside. We're at the edge of the south side, the very, very edge. Another, like I say, beyond those projects, maybe another 6, 7 blocks, and yeah, you're done. You know what I'm saying? So this is the block, remember, I was coming down on or whatever. So we'll end it.